Also in this half hour, remember the movie 2001? HAL, the robot, could do everything? Well, robots, actually, now that we're in the year 2001, haven't taken over the world yet. But the latest generation of robots are being designed to perform everything from spacewalks to search and rescue missions. And just ahead, we'll take a look at the nuts and bolts of these true wonders of technology, how far we've progressed with the robots. Well, if you're of my age or even a little bit younger, 2001 means more than a new year. The movie classic 2001 about the threat of a renegade robot hit screens when robots were little more than a gleam in some scientist's eyes. So where do we stand in the world of robotics predicted by that innovative film? Well, ABC's new technology correspondent, Jim Goldman, decided to find out.
Good evening, Dave.
How you doing, Hal?
Everything's running smoothly.
2001? Machines doing all the work? In the famous Kubrick movie, not such a good combination.
Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
Now, here's the real 2001 space robot, Robonaut, a decidedly more benevolent creature from NASA. A sort of intergalactic Mr. Goodwrench, Robonaut is part of a new breed of robots with a range of motion and dexterity that used to be the stuff of science fiction.
Robonaut could live outside 24/7, always ready to go in case of an emergency.
NASA hopes to test Robonaut later this year by letting it wander around the International Space Station. It'll perform maintenance on the outside while it's controlled by an astronaut on the inside.
This helmet that I wear is sort of an immersion environment where when I put the helmet on, I see the robot's eye view of the world.
That's courtesy of two stereoscopic video camera eyes. Equally powerful, the robot's complex hands and fingers. A mechanical hand-eye coordination that the robot world has never seen before.
Out of this world, robotic innovation isn't just happening way up there in space. Groundbreaking technology advances are also taking shape right here on planet Earth.
This research robot, which you'll someday control from the internet at San Jose's Tech Museum, can be used as a personal security guard. It'll patrol a home and feed back video and data to a private website or take on less glamorous jobs.
A robot like this might operate a vacuum because if it has capability of mapping a floor, it can certainly avoid furniture.
From your living room to the operating room, this cutting-edge robotic surgeon is already conducting complicated surgery in a dozen hospitals. The technological precision dramatically cuts down a patient's recovery time. Another potential lifesaver for outdoor search and rescue missions. This flexible computer-controlled robotic snake, once it's fitted with cameras and sensors.
Future generations of the design will be able to go over uneven ground and broken rubble and go down into small holes and look for people who are buried under collapsed buildings after earthquakes.
Researchers are knee-deep in robots for the next generation. They'll not only act, they'll interact. They'll have to learn from experience and even show emotion.
Now that there's a market for a lot of technology, we want to make technology that's suited towards the average person.
But how do you program a robot to recognize a face?
Being able to recognize the difference between a dog and a cat reliably. Every 2-year-old kid can do it. No machine can do it.
Do we want to build machines that can, say, appreciate beauty? Now, this is something the human brain takes for granted, but it is a huge problem for the computer chip. And we have to battle a deep-seated fear of what would happen if our machines became too human.
Just what do you think you're doing, Dave? Stop.
As we say, Jim Goldman is ABC's new technology correspondent, and he joins us now. You keep hearing that practical use of robots is just around the corner, but we never seem to get just around the corner.
Yeah, you've got your eye on that housekeeping robot, I know you do, but the technology really is there. The voice recognition, the facial recognition. The problem is the operating system that brings all of that stuff together. That's really difficult. The whole idea of emotion. Researchers are still very far away from actually making that happen, but we're getting closer. We say it's 2001. HAL isn't here. It might be better to say HAL isn't here yet.
A lot of scientists are worried that robots could get too refined and too intelligent, and that we should worry about that. If those scientists are worried about it, why are they working so hard on developing great robots?
The experts say that you got to treat robotic technology sort of like children. It's true that some might grow up to be criminals, but that doesn't mean we stop having them. So the idea here is to cultivate the technology, bring it up in a way that it's intelligent and safe, and they're moving in that direction.
All right, Jim Goldman, welcome on board,
Thanks.
and we look forward to having you here in Good Morning America many times in the future. Good to have you here.